Good morning, everyone, und herzlichen Willkommen heute hier in Frankfurt. And I'm going to do it in German today. No, I'm not. No. I hope you had a great night tonight and last night, and you enjoyed it very much. Sorry for my voice. I had no voice 2 days ago. Yesterday it came back, and today it's there, but it's not really as constant as I want it to be. So it sometimes sounds a bit off. So, welcome. And it's a real pleasure to welcome you once again to the WorldDAB Automotive event this year here in Frankfurt. This event is very special because it brings together the full ecosystem that shapes the future of radio in the car. It brings together broadcasters, car makers, chip manufacturers, technology providers, regulators, and policymakers. For drivers, broadcast radio remains one of the most important and valued media in the car. It's immediate, it's trusted, it's familiar and easy to use. It's where people turn for music, news, traffic, weather, company, reassurance, and, when needed, urgent information. And because it's broadcast, it has quality that matters deeply in the car. It's free to air, it does not require a login, a subscription, or a data plan. It can reach everybody at the same time, and it remains resilient when networks are congested or unavailable. IP and connected services can add great value, but broadcast remains the foundation that keeps radio universally available for drivers. For broadcasters, therefore, the car is essential. And the automotive and technology sector, broadcast radio is not a legacy feature, but a core part of the in-car experience that drivers still expect to be present, easy to find, and simple to use. And that is why this event matters. We meet at a time that the dashboard is changing fast. The car is no longer just a vehicle with a radio receiver. It's becoming a connected, software-driven environment shaped by operating systems, apps, platforms, voice assistants, algorithms, subscription models, and user interface decisions. That brings enormous opportunity, but it also brings risk. Because if we are not careful, broadcast radio, one of the most used, trusted, and expected services in the car, can become harder to find, harder to use, or less visible than it should be. And that's not just a small design issue. It's a listener issue. It's a broadcaster issue. It's an automotive user experience issue. And it's increasingly also a public policy issue. And that is why broadcast radio, and in particular DAB+, remains so important. DAB+ provides a strong, modern broadcast foundation for radio in the car. It supports free-to-air access, reliability, and a high-quality listener experience. And it also sits naturally alongside IP, apps, and connected services. The future of radio is not in the car is not a choice between broadcast or on IP. The strongest future is hybrid. Broadcast where broadcast is the best, and IP where IP adds value and the user experience that makes radio easy, prominent, and reliable for the listener. That is also why WorldDAB is committed to playing its part in Radio Ready's unified vision for connected cars, ensuring that radio remains accessible, prominent, and discoverable in modern vehicles. And these questions are not theoretical. They are already shaping the dashboard. Metadata matters. Defaults matter. Search matters. Voice matters. The position of a radio icon on a screen matters. The difference between a seamless journey or a frustrating one matters. Good radio UX, user experience, does not happen by accident. It requires collaboration between broadcasters, car manufacturers, chip manufacturers, technology providers, platforms, regulators, and policymakers, as we are here today. And that's exactly why we are here today. So we also meet at an important policy moment. In Europe, the Digital Networks Act discussions gives us an opportunity to build on the success of the European Electronic Communication Code from 2020, which has already had a major impact on the uptake of DAB+ in cars. The lesson is clear. Public policy can make a real difference. It can support universal access. It can protect listeners' choice. It can ensure that trusted free-to-air radio remains available in vehicles. Later today, we will also discuss the DAB+ Public Policy Toolbox. This is an important new resource for governments, regulators, and the entire industry, because it helps markets move from uncertainty to action by identifying the right policy levers for their own national situation. It's about planning, licensing, transmission, reception, incentives, coverage obligations, receiver regulations, emergency warning capability, and industry coordination. And that is exactly the kind of practical support markets need. At the same time, we should recognize that every market follows its own path. Switzerland is a useful reminder of that. FM switch-off can bring clear benefits, especially in reducing the cost of parallel distribution. But switch-off is not the only measure of DAB+ success. What matters is that DAB+ remains firmly established with strong listener adoption and continued broadcaster commitment. That helps create a healthier and more sustainable market position for radio. WorldDAB's role is not to force every country into the same model. Our role is to support each market in building a sustainable digital radio future that works for broadcast, listeners, car makers, and society. And there is strong momentum. Germany, our host today, remains an important DAB+ market in Europe, where automotive, broadcast, public policy, and ASA, Automatic Safety Alert, are coming together in a very practical, forward-looking way. Beyond Germany, around 60 countries are now engaged with DAB+ in some form, from early exploration and trials to mature, fully integrated digital radio markets. This shows that DAB+ is not a one-size-fits-all story. It's a flexible, proven digital broadcast technology that can support different national circumstances, different policy models, and different stages of market development. WorldDAB's role is to connect these experiences, to share evidence, to bring together public and commercial broadcasters, to bring together broadcast, automotive, and technology, to help countries learn from each other, and to make the case clearly and confidently for DAB+. I have to mention our infographic. It's the one place for all DAB+ facts and figures. We are publishing an updated version today. And I can reveal that our latest update shows that there are now over 166 million DAB+ devices sold. That's a full 10% increase since we last compiled the figures in February 2025. So today, we will also add another important piece of evidence. This morning, we will unveil new car buyer research from 55 Blue, covering 6 significant automotive and radio markets: Australia, France, Germany, Italy, Spain, and the UK. We know that broadcast radio is deeply embedded in the in-car experience. Drivers value it, they expect it, they use it, they see it as part of a car, what a car should offer. But the dashboard is changing fast, so we need fresh evidence. How drivers use audio in the car today, what they expect, what they find easy or frustrating, and how prominence, defaults, and user experience influence behavior. That evidence matters. If we want broadcast radio to remain strong in the car, we need more than belief. We need proof, practical tools, shared language, and coordinated action. And that is what today is about. It's about confidence because radio remains strong. It's about urgency because the dashboard is changing. And it's about collaboration because no single part of the ecosystem can solve this alone. I want to thank our speakers, our sponsors, our exhibitors, our members, the WorldDAB Project Office, and all of you for being here in Frankfurt. Thank you for bringing your expertise, your questions, and your commitment. I hope today gives all of us renewed energy and confidence to keep broadcast radio powered by DAB+, strong where it matters so much, in the car, for listeners, and for society. So thank you and enjoy today's event.